and confused.
Ooh,
Captain
it's
Math
a
will help
beautiful
you
day to
use
fly.
manipulative use in math. He will guide you on the right path.
Captain
Math,
where are you? I need
Oh, so they calling for me. They must having a problem with the math. I will be there, little buddy.
When you feel lost and confused, Captain Math will help you use manipulatives used in math. He will guide you on the right path. Captain Math makes math fun. Explain hard concepts to everyone. Simplify so you understand. Love math because he's the man. Captain Math loves what he do. Works hard to explain it to you. You feel great when he is done. Math's not hard, it's fun. When you feel lost and confused, Captain Math will help you use manipulatives used in math. He will guide you on the right path.
It's Captain Math. Today, we're going to talk about proper fractions. Fraction has two parts. It has a numerator and it has a denominator. The numerator smaller than the value of the denominator, or the numerator is less than the denominator. Here is an example of a proper fraction. 5/6. The numerator, 5, is smaller than the denominator, 6. If I'm talking about shaded part of the fraction or unshaded part of the fraction, I'm talking about the numerator. If I want to know how many equal parts this shape is cut into that represents the whole, one whole, then I'm talking about the denominator. So my question to you is, what fraction is shaded? How many are shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 of them are shaded. And how many equal parts is it cut into that represents one whole? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this fraction is 4/6. A numerator says how many are shaded or unshaded. Now you notice I said unshaded because math has changed over the years. We used to, back in the day, only ask for the shaded part. But math teachers today are very critical. They ask what's shaded, what fraction is shaded, and what fraction is unshaded. So I have to specify, am I looking at the shaded fraction or the unshaded fraction? So for today, we're going to look at both. We're going to look at the shaded fraction and the unshaded fraction. The denominator says how many equal parts is it cut into that represents one whole. So the denominator is 6 because this is one whole rectangle and it's cut into 6 equal parts. So that's what the denominator does. It says how many equal parts is it cut into that represents one whole. What fraction is unshaded? Well, this is not shaded and this is not shaded. So 2/6 is unshaded. I put un. And 4/6 is shaded. I put S for shade. What can you think of another characteristic of a proper fraction? 4/6 is less than one whole because the whole thing is not shaded. And 2/6 is less than one whole. A characteristic of a proper fraction is the fraction must be less than one whole. That's a proper fraction. The shaded and the unshaded is less than the whole thing shaded. Because if it was the whole thing shaded, all of these would be shaded. But because the shaded and the unshaded is less than 1, that represents a proper fraction. Here's another example of a fraction. I use a circle this time. So let's identify the numerator and the denominator. How many equal parts is this circle cut into? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we know now that the denominator for both of these is 8. Because it is cut into 8 equal sections. That's what a denominator does. And we know that for a proper fraction, it must be, the two fractions that we're looking for must be less than 1 whole. Because the whole thing is not shaded. If the whole thing was shaded, then all of these would be shaded. So now we know one of the characteristics of a proper fraction is that the fractions are less than 1 whole. What fraction is shaded? What would you say? That's right. 3/8 of this circle is shaded blue. What fraction of this circle is unshaded? That's right. 5/8 is unshaded. So we can compare, we can say, is it more shaded or unshaded? You would say it's more of it is unshaded. If I add the shaded and the unshaded, guess what that equals to? 1 whole. Let's see. 3/8 plus 5/8 equals 8/8, which means that's 1 whole. Now I'm gonna check another color. 3/8 we know is shaded blue, but if I said I'm gonna shade the rest of them red, then if I shade the others 8s red, then 3/8 is shaded blue and 5/8 is shaded red. To know that when you're talking about proper fractions, you're talking about two fractions that's less than 1 whole. Because it takes both of them to make 1 whole. So now you can see why this is a proper fraction. 3/8 is a proper fraction because the whole thing is not shaded. And 5/8 is a proper fraction because the whole thing is not shaded. But if I shade all of them, the unshaded, I got 3/8 shaded blue and 5/8 shaded red. So 3/8 plus 5/8 is 8/8 because the whole thing is shaded, which means the 1 whole. You understand? Well, if you did, please share and subscribe to my buddy Fun with Tab, where learning can be meaningful and fun.